Hi everyone, my name is Nikki. I'm a trans migrant and we'll discuss today yesterday's debate. The most important topic here, as it seems to me, is not the fitness, the Biden's fitness, but Trump's false claims that he made during the debate. And it was about 30 of them, and we'll get to it in a bit. So Trump starts with one of the false claims that I'll talk here about. Trump says that Biden wants to raise the taxes by 4 times. He really loves the word quadruple. He uses it a lot. So that's false. Biden has proposed some tax increases on high-income earners, but it does not amount to a quadrupling of taxes. Biden, according to Trump, is destroying Social Security because millions of people are pouring into our country and they are putting them onto Social Security. That is also false because undocumented workers often pay taxes that help fund Social Security. But as the Congressional Budget Office noted, most unauthorized immigrants are prohibited from receiving many of the benefits, such as Medicaid, temporary assistance for needy families. So Trump has really false impression of the migrants, and he really talked during the debate about migrants a lot. He was asked about Ukraine and he would talk about migrants. He would be asked about economy and he would talk about migrants. So this is the main issue for him, and I don't think he cares about anything else. Again, quadrupling. Trump said, you look at the cost of the food where it's doubled and tripled and quadrupled. That is false. According to New York Times, grocery prices are significantly up since early 2021, but they have not doubled, tripled because of inflation. The food at home inflation index is up about 20% since then. Again, another false claim by Trump is about black population. Biden said, what he's done, Trump said about Biden, what he's done about the black population is horrible, including the fact that for 10 years he called them super predators. Trump made this claim numerous times, and it has no merit. It has no proof whatsoever, because actually it was the phrase he uses. The phrase he uses wasn't ever said by Biden. It was said by Trump's political rival in 2016, Hillary Clinton, and it is really interesting about Trump's claims that sometimes he would say that he did something and it was done in the Obama time. Sometimes he would say that he did another thing and it was achieved during the Biden era. So he's really making a lot of making others look terrible and his presidential term look great, as he did once about Biden. Quote, he did nothing, I did everything. And that's how he always speaks about his presidency. The only job Biden created are for illegal immigrants, falsely claims Trump. Official estimates of employment do not support this statement. So the population of unauthorized immigrants has grown in recent years, but not nearly enough to take all the jobs created under Biden. We have the largest deficit with China, says Trump. This is false. U.S. trade deficit with China in goods and services was 250 or something billion last year, and it was the lowest level since 2009. Another really ridiculous claim is Biden's is such. Trump says about Biden, he gets paid by China. Of course, we have no evidence to prove this. Biden alludes here to payments. Trump alludes here to payments that was made by a company called China Energy to entities associated with Biden's son Hunter and his brother James. But there is absolutely no evidence that some of these payments went to Joe Biden. Another big theme for Trump was so-called political persecution. He says Biden basically went after his political opponent because he thought it was going to damage me. We do not have proof that Biden orchestrated conviction of Trump. The investigation began while Trump was president. The case was brought by a Manhattan district attorney, a local Democrat. And Trump was convicted by a jury of 12 New Yorkers. Also, it was really one of the big points here, so that juries would be impartial, and it was chosen by prosecution's team and by the defense team collaboratively. So yeah, we can't have no doubts about its verdict. Another claim by Biden or by Trump, he did nothing to stop a Ukrainian invasion. He says about Biden, in fact, I think he encouraged Russia from going in. This is absolutely false. Biden administration sent a CIA director to Russia in November 2021 to tell Putin that intelligence knew of his plans to invade Ukraine and warned him not to invade. Biden also declassified intelligence about Russia's plans to invade Ukraine and rally allied support for Ukraine. Biden threatened vast economic and imposed vast economic sanctions against Russia's economy and political leadership. Again, we're coming to this point where Trump says that his presidency was absolutely great, perfect. Iran was broke with me. I wouldn't let anybody to do business with them. They ran out of money. They were broke. They had no money for Hamas. We should state that even under sanctions that were imposed by Trump administration, Iran's economy plugged along. It wasn't strong, but it wasn't broke, and it kept trading with other nations. And also Trump does not mention the fact that his withdrawal from an Obama nuclear deal freed Iran to resume nuclear production. My favorite statement is about abortion. They will take the life of a child in the 8th month, 9th month, even after birth, says Trump, and this is absolutely ridiculous. Trump was describing the Biden administration's approach to abortion policy. Abortion after birth would be infanticide, which is illegal in every state. Abortions late in pregnancy are very rare, In 2021, less than 1% of abortions happened after 20 weeks or 21 weeks. More than 90% of abortions happened within 13 weeks of pregnancy. Again, migrants. Just take a look at where they live in. They're living in luxury hotels in New York City, and other places. Of course, they're not living in luxury hotels. It is ridiculous. Again, Roe against Wade and abortion theme. Every legal scholar wanted it that way, says Trump, and this is absolutely false. 3 Supreme Court justices dissented in the landmark ruling in 2022, and abortion rights remain broadly popular. A majority of Americans disapprove of the Supreme Court's decision. When he was asked about 2020 elections and whether he would accept the fact that if he would lose this time, Trump didn't want to answer it right away. And when he said something about migrants again, and then he was saying about the fraud, one of favorite theme of his. The fraud and everything else was ridiculous, says Trump about 2020 election. According to Associated Press, during 2020 election, there were 400 or something of cases of voter fraud, and this is far less than the hundreds of thousands falsely counted and changed votes claimed by Trump and his associates. Again, Supreme Court's decision on overturning Roe Wade, Trump says this is someone that everybody wanted, and we've been talking about this, that both show that the overwhelming majority of Americans continue to disagree with this decision. When he was asked about the tariffs and whether it would increase prices, he said that it's not going to drive them higher. We're talking about the tariffs imposed on Chinese goods during the Trump's term. These sanctions was largely large tariffs were largely paid by American consumers rather than Chinese companies. In a recent letter, a Nobel Prize-winning economist wrote that there was concern that Trump's policies, including tariffs on most imports, would reignite inflation. Again, false claim about social politics by Biden. He says that Trump says he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in, migrants again. They're putting them on Medicare, they're putting them on Social Security, they're going to destroy Social Security. This man is going to single-handedly destroy Social Security. It isn't true, obviously. Unauthorized immigrants actually improve the financial health of both security and Social Security and Medicare. Federal law bars them from receiving Social Security or Medicare benefits, but they pay into both programs. Again, Trump on his own term, which was so great. The tax cuts spurred the greatest economy that we've ever seen. Economist research suggests that Trump signed the tax cuts that Trump signed in 2017 did cause some economic growth and income growth, but nowhere close to what Trump has promised. Again, about the tax cuts, he says, I gave you the largest cut in history. It is false. The 1.5 trillion tax cut enacted in 2017, it ranks below at least 6 others by several metrics. The largest cut was made by Obama in 2012. It was 300 billion a year. Okay, so we've been through just through the most ridiculous statements made by Trump. So if you look at CNN or like at New York fact-checking articles, it's just the half of it or even less. So I just talked about the statements which were deemed as false by the fact checker, and there are several other ones that are seen as misleading or like that need some context, and so they were also misleading. So Trump is a liar, do not vote for him, and this must be the main issue about this debate, and not the fitness, not the Biden's fitness. So if Biden is even if Biden was mumbling at times, his politics is still much more consequential than Biden is. You cannot think that Biden's policies, that Trump's policies would do America any good. Do not vote for him, vote Biden. Support my YouTube channel on Boosty and PayPal, and leave some comments, and like this video, and bye.